Hello there, Wastelanders, and welcome back to another episode of Fallout New Vegas Faction Warriors Tailored to Wastelands Edition. Well, as you see on the thumbnail, we're playing as the beloved Enclave Hellfire Trooper that is an exclusive to the Broken Steel DLC of Fallout 3. We remember them from the Addon's Air Force Base, and what a pain in the butt they can be in the post-game of Fallout 3. Well, we're going to see how great they are at taking down the major obstacles presented before us here in the Mojave Wasteland. Now, here's what the Enclave Trooper has access to right here. I gotta say, plasma pistol, plasma rifle, and the heavy incinerator. Well, we'll go ahead and console command and the plasma weapons. We can get the heavy incinerator naturally throughout the course of the game, so we can do that. If we don't get it, it's kind of whatever. That is the wet fart of the arsenal. We get it, cool. If not, well, I think we'll do just fine. Now, there is one thing that immediately makes me think that we're not going to be able to beat the Chinese Remnant's time, and that's due to the fact that our power armor makes us move slower. I know it's a shock, right? Heavy armor making you move slower than a jumpsuit. Shocking. However, I think that by contrast, we'll do just fine at Hoover Dam. I can't see the Kentarians slowing us down much, if at all. And the only way to find that out is to go ahead and finish up here in Good Springs as we normally do. We clear the tutorial with the varmint rifle we're allowed to use for the sake of getting the next step, get our first stealth boy, kill GeorgeKos, get our second stealth boy, and we're off to Hidden Valley. And now, part of Faction Warriors here, in addition to going as fast as we can, we're doing the minimum amount of battles here. Killing GeorgeKos for the stealth boy doesn't count unless we aggro him and actually have to fight him. So far, we've been able to one-shot assassinate him on every attempt, so that's not counting as a fight. Now, here in Faction Warriors, not only are we trying to go fast, we are trying to get into as few battles as possible. That might seem silly because we're taking out the Bark Scorpions here, but we are killing them not just for the experience points at level 2, but their Bark Scorpion glands sell for about 18 bottle caps a pop, and we need 2,000 bottle caps to get inside of the New Vegas Strip. Sure, we can get the counterfeit one from Ralph, but that's going to waste a little bit of time when we get inside of Freeside. And speaking of level 2, we're going to backtrack here, take out that last Bark Scorpion, and voila, level 2. We're going to take Black Widow. That's going to help us bypass a couple of cutscenes so we can Black Widow Benny and move things right along here. Next up is our Cazador Stealth Run, and because we're using power armor for the first time here in the Tailored to Wastelands edition, just know that for the purposes of getting to the Great Khans, we are allowed to de-equip our Enclave power armor and helmet so that we can get past this. Now, obviously, we could just try to kill the Cazadors, but they're going to wreck us at our level. That's a massive waste of time, and we're going to get some game overs from that. But I do make a bit of a mistake in this routing, not from the Cazadors. The Cazadors never see us. It's the Raiders from Bonnie Springs. They do patrol, and one of them does catch us here. Now, I am hoping that because we're under the effects of a stealth boy, that we can just, upon crouching, we can get back into caution. That doesn't happen. That's a mistake that almost costs us dearly. But at the end of the day, no problem. Once we're in the clear, we can put on our Enclave power armor and resume our course to keep our speed more consistent now that there's no danger. We'll drop in to say hi to Papa Khan and hit that little checkbox on our yes man list, and now it's time to fight Cook. And now, just a quick heads up, if you are new, be sure to check out the Chinese Remnant run. I go into our routing in great detail there. It's about 21 minutes long. Give it a watch and you'll see the routing I take to go as fast as possible and engage in the minimum amount of battles that we have to take. I personally don't know what the official speedrunning route is for Fallout New Vegas, but this is not so much a speedrun as much as it is a minimum battles run. This is my personalized routing. I think it's fun. And after that awesome sneak attack crit on Queenie, well, Cook apparently didn't last very long this time around. Sometimes he'll kill the other fiends, sometimes they'll kill him. That's the fun of going this way. And a great part about going this way is that we can get a ton of loot from the fiends that will contribute to our 2,000 credit score check. Just a quick reminder that we need 2,000 bottle caps to clear the credit check to enter the strip. And now, normally we would cut to the El Dorado substation, but I actually decided to take a couple extra seconds to stop at the Repcon headquarters here. The fiends inside had just the right type of loot we needed. Not only can we sell their armor to contribute towards said credit check, but they did have useful energy cells and microfusion cells. That's exactly what we need. And I figure that's not much of a problem at the end of the day because it is on our way to Eldorado's substation and it makes our lives a little bit easier. It's worth sacrificing another minute or two just to make sure that we can make progress in the story. And inside of the field shack here we can go ahead and loot the stuff that we usually loot. And make our way over to our favorite all-star of the run here, our man, George, boy, and he's there right and ready to give us the 427 bottle caps we need to clear this run. At this point, I'm thinking that he's a supporter of the show and just wants us to be able to move along. I mean, look at that. We just drop him one shot. We're fully armored in Enclave power armor, and this guy's just like, yeah, I don't care, just take my money. And now, by contrast, as we make our way to the Boomers of Nellis, something pretty funny happens when we get there. And judging by the fact that the footage is sped up quite a bit here, and we are armored to the teeth, yeah, we make it through our first try, no problem here. We do still take a bit of damage, but rest assured, we're playing as an Enclave soldier. We're okay. And now, as we cut on over to Mother Pearl, apparently she did watch our last run and was like, oh, you think it's funny, huh? Stealing from a granny with a grenade launcher just so you can better your own agenda? Well, not this time, and that turns out to be true, I guess, because even though we're in another room, we try to crouch, we're still detected. So we can go ahead and remove our Enclave armor for the purposes of obtaining the loot that is necessary for us to get the 2,000 credit cap check. I thought this was pretty funny. I got a little chuckle out of it while I was doing this run, and that's what makes each of these Faction Warriors runs different, is because the formula is relatively the same, but you never know what you're gonna get because of how fast we go. Sometimes Pearl's asleep, sometimes she's not. Now, one thing that does seem to be constant is that our boy Dixon here is a super easy kill, great experience points for us. We can take his stash, well, some of it anyway. I guess he doesn't have all of his stash on him, even though he has a lot more when you want to barter with him. I don't get it. It's Fallout New Vegas, man. Dixon just passed me some whiskey, and I took a page out of Todd Howard's book. It just works, am I right? And that kind of seems to be the case for Old Ben here as well. He sends the Freeside Thug quivering. We one-shot Old Ben to take his Magnum. Don't aggro the King's member this time around. And we do end up getting shunned with Freeside as we enter, but we don't care about that. I say, so far so good, baby. Let's make our way into the strip. We're gonna go to the White Glove Society first, check out with our favorite Cannibal Mortimer here, and then we're gonna go do the Black Widow checks with Benny. We don't need to see that because a seduction check is not locked behind charisma in Fallout New Vegas because charisma doesn't matter in this universe. That's cool. We kill Benny by sleeping with him and breaking his neck so hard that we make him drop from the ceiling. Check in with the Emeritus. Talk to this lovely receptionist here, get our 28 speed check pass for additional experience points, and it's time for Mr. House. And just kidding, we still have to kill Wolpez and Colta. You thought I was being ahead of myself there? Nah. Wolpez and Colta, well, he's just, you know, he's the star of the show too, so I had to include him. Boy, my rushing ahead really probably doesn't make much sense to those of you who are watching for the first time. You're like, what the hell is this guy talking about? I do like that this is the second time we've encountered the NCR trooper in the exact same way. He's wearing shades this time. I think we put in a good word for him last time when we said that he should be the ambassador of the strip. I'm rooting for that homeboy. I think he's got a real future ahead of him. Now we're on the side with the Emeritus as we do that speech check I talked about 30 seconds ago. Okay, now it's time to go kill Mr. House. There's no fake out this time. It's real, I promise. And I'm sure that this is a real shock here, but the Enclave Hellfire Trooper armor is able to basically deflect 9mm submachine gun bullets. I know, it's shocking. Anyway, we turn Mr. House into a pile of Nickelodeon gack from Double Dare. It's a shame that he was born too young to miss out on that awesome show. As for Ranger Dobbs, we tell a lie and it works because 50 speech with 1 charisma just works. So he sods off and it's time to go to the NCR Eldorado substation that we fast traveled to before. Once again, on full display, the security you will get with an NCR-controlled Mojave Wasteland brought to you by the Republic's finest. A great job, guys. Now, if you're as big of a fan of Fallout 2 and Fallout 1 as I am, this is going to be super awesome because we are playing as the Enclave, ready to steal the Mojave from right under the NCR's nose. They thought that they could defeat us? Oh, what idiots. So we'll go along and have fun slaughtering the Great Khans, all three of them that appear here. And we'll kill some NCR, kill some Legionaries, all in favor of our Lord and Savior, Frank Horrigan. You know, this actually makes me want to do a Fallout New Vegas run with Colonel Autumn. Not a Faction Warrior style run here, but a full-blown run. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, with Tale of Two Wastelands installed, maybe I should do that. Let me know in the comments if you'd be interested. I think we gotta redeem Colonel Augustus Autumn, personally. And we do have the Enclave remnants here in the Mojave Wasteland. We could get a serious force going here, baby. But yeah, as you're seeing on screen here, we have virtually no opposition. Man, what a stark contrast to the Chinese remnant run, where we were getting picked apart left and right by the Quintarians. Here, as the Enclave Hellfire Trooper, we have absolutely no problem demolishing the Legionaries. Quick, somebody's got to get the Fallout 2 voice actor, the guy who played the Enclave Sergeant with the Enclave move, Enclave here, as we're just slaughtering the guys in red and Roman gear left and right. That's pretty sweet. And now, I've been making fun of NCR Heavy Trooper power armor, and I feel like there is a couple people who have made exception to that. Well, rest assured, we can compare power armor in this run right here, right now. Well, for test number 1 of NCR Heavy Trooper durability, there goes one right out of the gate, and our second shot does quite a bit of damage, and he's so afraid of us, he attacks our robot on wheels, then we just dispose of him too. Great job, New California Republic. Nah, I can't even finish that with a straight face. Yeah, right. Oh, here comes a lone NCR trooper. Real scared here. Oh, wow. What a surprise. Okay, whatever. Let's go push this button, set off the generator, whatever, and then we are back outside. Now, unlike last time, where with the Chinese remnant officer, we kind of had to bail here because we were getting crushed. The Tunnel Snake got some sweet cathartic revenge here, but as the Enclave Hellfire Trooper, we are powerful enough to fight back, and, well, gotta say the Quintarians, for as overpowered as I thought they might have been, yeah, they're going down kind of fast. Yeah, I also noticed that ever since they were in the Tunnel Snake, that I was getting perks every other level. I shifted around my INIs a bit to clean up my mod folder. That's actually worse for us here in Faction Warriors, because having a perk every level does slow down the run by a bit, and we really don't need any perks besides, like, maybe Confirm Bachelor for a bit more damage against male units. And hey, if nothing else, it shows the sheer difference in power between the Chinese Remnant and the Enclave Hellfire Trooper. However, we are not going for power here, we are still trying to go for speed. And at the start of the video, I did say that I don't have faith that the Enclave Hellfire Trooper will seize victory. In terms of speed, maybe so. We're not there yet. Maybe we are faster. But in terms of establishing sheer dominance, yeah, I mean, it's the freaking Enclave, man. Of course we're awesome. And spoilers, our follow-up unit, which you'll see here in about a minute and a half, is going to be even more awesome. Well, maybe not more. Debatable. Just as awesome. Yeah, let's go with that. And yeah, you're seeing on screen, just like at the start with the Cazador Valley, we are allowed to de-equip our armor and stealth our way to Legate Lanius, although we're going to have to re-equip the armor before we talk to him, just for the sake of the challenge and moving things right along. And we have to make sure that we use that Meeting People magazine. Thanks to the Comprehension perk, we only have to get speech to 80, pop on that magazine, talk to Legate Lanius. He's just like, oh yeah, the Enclave, I'm just going to leave now. And then we can make our way on over to General Oliver. Now, if General Oliver were actually patriotic NCR, we're wearing the Enclave power armor here, there would be no speech option. But this is General Oliver and the modern day NCR, so you can rest assured that they're going to try to weasel their way out of anything. Yeah, looks like we're right, and the run's over. Not too shabby, I gotta say. Now, we are still sub 75 minutes, and that is pretty awesome to see. However, it turns out that the early prediction was right. Our heavy armor, more than anything, did slow us down. But hey, we're able to get through that fast. I don't mind. I had a good time. This is always a fun unit to play as. If anything, this has me even more curious if the Brotherhood Outcast can go even faster than this. You know, we have a lot more at our disposal. I guess we'll find out. I'll see you at the next episode, Faction Warrior. Bye.